Ladies and gentlemen, I will present to you my research. The effectiveness of the TBLA learning method as an effort to strengthen students' regulated learning attitudes by Ni Ketut Suarni, Ketut Darsana, Nyomandantes, Kadek Suranata, and Gede Nugraha Sudarsana. Introduction. Distant learning, which consists of online learning process by utilizing technology and media such as WhatsApp group, Google Classroom, Moodle, and other online learning applications, makes teachers must be able to present fun and innovative learning to overcome the learning difficulties they face and collaborate with learning media so that learning is not monotonous and can still present an interactive learning atmosphere between teachers and students. In the era of transition from Revolution 4.0 to the era of Society 5.0, it requires all levels of society to be able to adapt to this COVID-19 pandemic situation, which requires the use of technology to carry out the learning process. Thus, in the era of Society 5.0, students are expected to have a broad way of thinking to adapt in the future, such as analytical, critical, and creative thinking. This way of thinking is called higher order thinking, or HOTS. The result of observation in several schools in Cluster 4, Buleleng District, showed that teachers are already using innovative learning models, such as the learning carried out is quite interesting by focusing on student activity or student-centered. Some of the innovative learning models that have been applied are the Jigsaw Cooperative Learning Model, Number Head-Togethers, Discovery Learning, and several other models. The COVID-19 pandemic causing limited interaction to affect the education system needs combining learning models and methods through the application of TBLA in managing online learning. The problem faced by students when implementing distance learning are related to discipline, independence, and low self-control in learning. Delays in the work and collection of school assignments have an impact to the decline in students' academic achievement. Thus, the purpose of this study was to determine the difference in the TBLA learning strategy on regulated learning attitudes between groups of students who received the TBLA learning model or the experimental group and groups of students who did not follow the TBLA learning model or the control group in the Society of 5.0. Theoretical basis. A transcript-based lesson analysis, or TBLA, aims to reveal patterns of knowledge construction through conceptual mastery using transcript-based lesson analysis, or TBLA. By interpreting the teacher's question, feedback, and student response in class, the teacher can reveal the tendency of class discussion. The teachers can reflect on their practice and know how to improve the learning process. B, regulated learning. Self-regulated learning is an activity in which individuals who learn actively as regulators of their learning cycle process are repeated, starting from analyzing tasks, selecting, finding strategies, and monitoring the results of strategies in completing academic tasks. C. Society 5.0. The goal of Society 5.0 is to create a people-centered society where economic development and community problem-solving can be achieved, and everyone can enjoy an active and comfortable quality of life. If it is related to education, in Society 5.0, it is expected that students have a broad way of thinking to adapt in the future, namely analytical, critical, and creative. The method of this research. First, the type of the research is experimental research with post-test control group design. The population and research samples is elementary school student in cluster 4 Buleleng district, consisting of elementary student 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, Banyuasri, elementary school Karya, elementary school Lab Undiksa, and elementary school Muhammadiyah. The sample used in this study were 42 people. Procedure for conducting research. The first stage of preparation, identification of needs, and design of the implementation of the transcript-based lesson analysis learning strategy. The second stage of implementation is the development of learning designs in collaboration with colleges or colleague. The third stage is reflection, making short transcript and full transcript from the data obtained during learning observation in the form of video or sound. Data analysis is difference tests or t-tests. The result and discussion of this research is to answer the formulation of the problem in this study. There are differences in the transcript-based lesson analysis or TBLA learning strategy on regulated learning attitudes between the group of students who received the TBLA learning model or the experimental group and a group of students who did not follow the TBLA learning group or the control group in the era of Society 5.0. Based on the descriptive statistic table above, it can be seen that the number of subjects in the control group was 21 people and the experimental group was 21 people. The mean value of the student's character in the control group was 89.76, while the experimental group was 97.43. These results indicate that the experimental group has a higher mean character. The independent simple t-test analysis is shown in Table 2, and the result is shown on the screen. The mean difference shows the difference between the mean of the control group and the experimental group. For students, the result of the analysis above are also supported by changes in student behavior in learning. By two-way communication occurs between teachers and students, and even students with students. Students are shown to actively ask and answer, responding to the stimulus given by the teacher. Punctual in submitting assignments, have a regular learning pattern based on the results of discussion and sharing conducted by the teacher with students. Online learning motivation seems to increase from the response shown by students, having an effort to complete all the tasks given, better focus, and concentration. And for teacher, improving the quality of learning is carried out by evaluating previous learning, knowing students' needs for learning to be able to achieve more effective learning objectives. improving the pedagogic and professional competence of teachers as teachers who can meet the needs and challenges of learning in the 21st century, and to be able to prepare to accept other challenges in the era of Society 5.0. The conclusion of this research, based on the result of the analysis, the value of T is 2.300, with P significance 0.05, proves that there are difference in the transcript-based lesson analysis, or TBLA, learning method on regulated learning attitudes between the group of students who received the TBLA learning method or experimental group and the group of students who did not receive the method. TBLA learning or control group in Society 5.0 era. TBLA in the form of short transcripts and full transcripts can be used as learning evaluation materials and learning strategy innovations. Thank you for your attention, everyone.